listeners, and the many. We thank you for the opportunity to use technology to connect and carry out the work that you have called us to do. We ask for your guidance and wisdom as we participate in this webinar. Help us to engage in meaningful discussion, allow us to grow closer as a group, and nurture the bonds of community. Fill us with your grace and continue to remind us that all that we do here today, all that we accomplish, is for the pursuit of truth, for the greater glory, and for the service of humanity. We humbly ask you to shower our speaker today of your greatest inspiration so that he may share the most of his knowledge, his field of expertise, and to his respective topics. May we also absorb the invaluable knowledge, experiences, and put into the practice. As we celebrate the beauty and diversity of your creation, we deepen our gratitude for all you have made and awaken in us a renewed commitment to care for the earth and each other. Grant us the wisdom to care for the earth and till it. Help us to act now for the good of future generations and all your creatures. Let us not forget the gift we have been given, that we may continue to act as guardians and stewards of all your creation. Fill us with awe and wonder today and each day as we behold your infinite creativity. Give us the courage and strength to view and engage our environment as the sacred space it is and to work to protect it from corruption and exploitation. We pray for wisdom and understanding as we discuss the topic at hand. Help us engage with the material presented and apply what we learn to benefit ourselves and others. We ask that you help us communicate effectively and listen attentively. We pray for unity and respect among all participants. May your presence be felt throughout this webinar and may it be a time of fruitful discussion and learning. We ask these things in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Anu. Also, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Father Dr. Lancelot Deacon, who is the HOD of St. Joseph Xavier College, Ahmedabad. Moving on, HOD Department, St. Joseph University, to welcome the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Good morning to all. Dear Dr. Sathish, Dr. Karnataka, Dr. Stephen, and my dear delegates. As you all know, this webinar is organized by the Department of Botany, St. Joseph University, to commemorate the World Environment Day 2023. There have been world leaders who have given their ideas on protecting the environment and conservation of natural resources. I wish to highlight the ideas of two prominent Catholic Church heads on the same. Late Pope Benedict XVI said, "Respect for the human being and respect for the nature are one, but both can grow and find their right measure if we respect the nature, the Creator, and His creation." Pope Francis, the first Latin American and first Jesuit to head the Roman Catholic Church, said, "Care for the planet is a moral obligation. According to the book of Genesis in the Bible, the Lord God is entrusted human beings with the responsibility of being stewards of creation. He says, destroying the environment is a sin, and accused mankind of turning the planet into a polluted wasteland full of debris, dissolution, and filth. We must not be indifferent or resigned to the loss of biodiversity and destruction of ecosystems, often caused by our irresponsible and selfish behavior." He said, because of us, thousands of species will no longer give glory to God by their very existence. We have no such right. The Pope asks people to reflect on a society that lacked concern for social exclusion and destruction of nature. He calls for consumers to modify their modern lifestyle by reducing waste and making use of carpools and public transport. Going on to my pleasant task of welcoming you all, on behalf of the university management, the staff and students of St. Joseph's University Botany Department, I wish to welcome Dr. Sathish, Dr. Paramish and Dr. Stephen were the organizers for today's program, the webinar. My dear students who are attending the webinar from our college and from related institutions, my colleagues of the Department of Botany and other departments of sciences, the Dean of Life Sciences, Dr. Beatrice, and all the delegates. Good morning to all of you and have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such a remarkable opening. Now, I request Tripti to introduce the speaker for today's webinar. Over to Tripti.
Good morning, everyone. On the occasion of World Environmental Day, today we have the privilege of being in the presence of a true visionary and leader in the field of environmental sustainability. As I welcome our resource person, Dr. Sathish BN, who is an assistant professor in College of Forestry, Kodagu. He'll be sharing his thoughts about the sustainable use and conservation of bamboo in the Western Ghats. To briefly introduce you all to the speaker of the day, Sir has completed his bachelor and master's from the University of Agricultural Science, Bangalore. He has obtained his PhD in the year 2009 from the Forest Research Institute, University, Dehradun, in the major subject being forest ecology and environment. Sir holds various professional recognitions, which makes him a recipient of ICAR Best Teacher Award for the year 2020 from Keladi Shivappa Nayaka University of Agricultural and Horticultural Science, Shivamogga. He was also awarded as a young scientist for the best poster presentation in a national seminar on plant resources of Western Ghats held at Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. Along with all these recognitions, Sir has cleared National Eligibility Test for Associateship conducted by Agricultural Scientist Recruitment Board, that is ASRB ICAR. He was also awarded with the University Merit Scholarship during the Senior MSc for scoring highest marks. Along with this, he was also awarded a silver medal for securing second rank in MSc Forestry in Kodagu district from the Kurk Foundation. Sir has completed 2 externally funded projects. Along with this, he has published 9 international journals and 4 national journals. He has written 13 research notes or abstracts, 4 full-length papers presented and published in conference or seminars, 4 chapters in books, 1 extension leaflet, and 6 popular articles. Not to forget, Sir has also familiar with the use of softwares like Biodiversity Pro, INSAT3, and DivaGuess. He also holds a certificate course of 6 months from AppTech covering Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Internet usage. Get ready to be inspired, challenged, and empowered to take action. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm welcome to Dr. Sathish. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much for the warm welcome. Am I audible?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Okay. Can we start or? Yeah. So, good morning, everyone, respected head of the department and all the staff and officers of the university and my dear students. So today I'm going to talk about the bamboo, which all of you may be knowing as science background or botany background. So few thoughts which I'm going to share with you. Firstly, I'll be talking about bamboos, bioresources of bamboos, morphology and phenology, major uses of bamboo in construction, furniture, agarbatti industry, handicrafts, bioenergy, and biocompost, and also importantly, food. So you may be knowing that bamboo belongs to the family Gramineae, that is grass family. So India is India is having highest number of bamboo species, that is around 141 different bamboo species are there. But majority of these 141 species are found in northeastern part of country. Only few are found in southern part, maybe like Western Ghats. We may say about 25 to 30 bamboo species. The most important genera of bamboos found in India are Bambusa, Ochlandra, Pseudo-Oxytenanthera, Oxytenanthera, Dendrocalamus, Malacana, and more. Tiwari and Shrestha in 1999 have documented about 1,500 different uses of bamboos. So maybe like, well, like how bamboo can be used in 1,005 different uses. In the coming slides, I'll be talking about some of the important uses of bamboos. Not only this, INBAR, International Society for Bamboos and Rattans, in 2016 has documented 10,000 different uses of bamboos. So if you look at the bioresources of bamboo, so across the globe, we have about 1,250 different species of bamboos, like belong to about 75 different genera. And if you look at in Asia, about 900 different bamboo species belong to 65 genera. And in China, China has got highest number of bamboo species, that is around 300 different species belong to 26 genera. And India, the second largest number of bamboo species, with 141 species belong to 23 different genera. And Sri Lanka has about 10 different species belong to 7 genera. So we can also see the map of distribution of this bamboo species, mainly found in India. If you look at bamboos and biodiversity, so bamboos are distinct and fascinating plants with a wide range of values and uses, and they play a very significant role in biodiversity conservation as compared to like similar to that of other species, and especially soil and water conservation. Bamboos are of conservation significance in their own way and as indicators of high biodiversity in other groups. There are like ancient group of forest plants instinctively vulnerable to deforestation. The vulnerability of some species is mainly due to the gregarious flowering of this bamboo. When this gregarious flowering happens, the whole area, the entire area is going to be dyed. And this process happens in like about 20 to 120 years, depending on the kind of species. They are also like often associated with different threatened plants, and there are many specialized animal species that depend on these bamboo species. The best known of these is Asian, in Asia is Gain Ponda, the red ponda and Himalayan black bear. The Himalayan black bear and the red ponda are also heavily dependent on these bamboo species. The smallest bat, that is Tyrannosaurus pachypus, that measures about 3.5 centimeters, very small bat, which roosts in between the nodes of this bamboo species. So especially when these beetles make some holes in the bamboos, and these bats take advantage of that, and they go and reside and roost inside this bamboo species. The recent discovery of a colony of these bats in the bamboo stands in Hong Kong highlighted the conservation importance of bamboos on that island, as indicated by AIDS in 1999. So Birds Life International in 2000 indicated that more than 15 Asian birds live in almost exclusively in bamboo species, bamboo bushes, and many of these are rare and threatened species also. And there are a significant proportion of these bamboos use this habitat for their life, their survival. There are also many little known invertebrate species which are adapted to environment within these hollow bamboo culms. Studying these specialized relationships reflect a long history of coevolution between bamboos and other species, and they also shed light on evolutionary and ecological process. These are a list of some important bamboo species. This is very old data listed by IUCN in 1997. And this gives an example. Some of the species are also under IUCN red listed category. So coming to the morphology and morphology of the bamboo species, all of you may, bamboos are like perennial grasses of extremely gregarious habit. So the stems of these bamboo species is called as culms, which arise from the rhizomes. And a group of such culms are put together is called as clump. So you can see the clump and individual thing is called as culm. The size, the very beauty of the bamboo species that we can find bamboo species from a small mastic-like thing to a huge tree. And in the first picture, you can see that a person holding the sheath of the bamboo, and you can imagine the size of the bamboo, how big it grows. So you can see like bamboos up to a 30 centimeter diameter, like a small tree. In case of Dendrocalamus giganteus and Dendrocalamus brandisii, where you can see the largest columns among the bamboo species. And there are bamboo species which grows as small as a maximum of 1 foot height. That is Pleoblastus distichus, which is the smallest bamboo. And some of the bamboo species are also like climbers, especially in Andaman and Nicobar Islands, you can see these climbers. And in the bottom, this picture, you can see that bamboos which are climbing on the trees. So example is Dinoclova andamanica, which is a climbing bamboos. So coming to the phenology of the bamboo flowers once in its lifetime. As a botany background students, you may be knowing that it's also called monocots. They die, once the flower, they die. And that's the end of its life cycle. Again, the new shoots has to come out, new seedlings has to come out. Mostly, like if you look at the kind of bamboo flowering, there are two types. This also you may be knowing, sporadic flowering and gregarious flowering. In case of sporadic flowering, only few culms in a clump flowers, and only flowered culms will die and not the entire clumps. In case of gregarious flowering, the entire culm as an entire clump or the whole area is going to flower, and once it is flowered, the whole area is going to be dyed, the bamboos will be dyed. So there are two different kinds of flowering, which is very unique to bamboos. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. If there are any questions, doubts, please stop me. I can answer you there itself.
Sure, sir.
So there are some bamboo species which flowers from like 7 years to 30, 40, 50 years, depending on the species, the flowering cycle varies. And just to give you some examples, Dendrocalamus strictus, which comes to flowering once in 35 to 50 years, and Dendrocalamus hamiltoni, which comes to flowering in about 30 years, Bambusa arundinacea, 35 to 50 years, Bambusa tulda, 45 to 60 years, Malacana nimbusoides, around 40 years, and Aclandra travancotica, which comes to flowering around 7 years. So it varies with the species, the flowering cycle varies. And the size of the seed, bamboo seed, also varies. Generally, like the bamboo seeds are also edible. All of you may be knowing it is are cooked. The bamboo seeds are cooked and consumed as a food. And the size of the bamboo seeds varies with like a small paddy-like thing. And this is the, you can see the picture here in the bottom right-hand side, bottom corner. So among the bamboo seeds, this is the largest seed in bamboo species, which is almost similar to a small coconut that belongs to the family Malacana bassifera. So even though bamboo is not a big one, but the seed of this Malacana bassifera is largest among the bamboo seed species. So coming to the utilization part of bamboo. So traditionally, we all know that bamboo is being used in paper, pulp industry, rayon industry. It's also being used in agricultural implements. Is also used in sericulture trays, production of charcoal, and of course, it's also being used as a food, especially bamboo seeds, and the young shoots are used in a culinary purpose. So this is the kind of uses of bamboo, like especially in construction industry. So we can see the first picture on the left-hand side corner. So this is the kind of usage, like especially in the, like if we go to tribal areas, so still we find these bamboos used for construction of houses or huts, and people live in that. But today it is, the scenario has changed. It has come to like poor man's small huts to like 5-star facilities. If you go to any resorts and homestays nowadays, you can see the like small huts or like resorts, which are made up completely of bamboo. So even not only like construction of a building, even like doors, flush doors and the roofing material is also made out of bamboo. And all these material like roofs, sheets are also like waterproof material. So this is the kind of changes which is happening in case of bamboos. And for construction, we preferably use these two species because of high mechanical strengths, especially Kodagu angustifolia. If you look at the bamboo, this Kodagu angustifolia, it looks like arecanut, so straight and solid. And it's also called as a vegetable steel because among the bamboo species, Kodagu angustifolia is one of the strongest bamboo species. So this is extensively used in construction of construction industry. And it's not native to India, but recently about 20 years back, it was introduced to India from Colombia, but it is coming up very well in India, especially in Coorg also. We have planted it about 20 years back. It is coming up very well. And Dendrocalamus brandisii, another important species, especially like in Western Ghats, you can see this species. This has also got very good strength properties, and it's also being extensively used in construction industry. It's also being used in furniture industry. You name any furniture, we can use bamboo. We can use for sofas, teapoys, cots, various things. You name anything, it can be used for furniture industry. And if you can see the picture of this, sorry, can you see this block? So this block is completely made out of bamboo. It's not from wood. It is completely made out of bamboo. And this is the only sample. You can make a huge sizes, and like a wood or timber, this can also be used in furniture industry. So that's the kind of changes are happening.
Hello, sir. Sorry.
Yeah, please.
It's not hollow, sir. It's not hollow in the. No, it's
no. It is actually like like pulpwood. It is powdered and compressed and made into a solid wood.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and this is extensively used in making furniture industry. And if we look at the color also, it is almost like a rosewood. Is like there is a company called Mozo Bamboo, which makes this kind of solid wood from bamboo. And coming to furniture, the most preferred species are Dendrocalamus stocksii and Bambusa tulda, which are being extensively used in furniture industry because of its size. Dendrocalamus stocksii is also called as a solid bamboo. Unlike in other bamboo species, you don't see hollowness in the bamboo. So it's completely solid. It's very flexible. You can bend it in whatever the way you want. More of elasticity, and size is also ideal size. So because of these properties, so Bambusa tulda and Dendrocalamus stocksii are being extensively used in furniture industry. So another important sector where bamboo plays an important role is agarbatti industry. So according to Khadi Village Industries Corporation, that is KVIC, India's agarbatti consumption is around 1,490 tons per day. So it is 1,490 tons per day. And imagine only 25% of these sticks are produced in our country, and remaining 75% is imported from Thailand, China, and Indonesia. So because this is can imagine there is 75% gap in production and demand. So because of this reason, so in India, National Bamboo Mission was set up in 2017, and through Government of India, a lot of encouragement is being given for cultivation of bamboo, as well as establishment of these agarbatti processing centers, especially stick making centers. And in fact, we also got a facility. This is the bottom right-hand side corner picture is from our college. We have a facility for production of agarbatti sticks supported by National Bamboo Mission. So any individual can also apply for this facility through National Bamboo Mission, and they can establish the production of agarbatti industries, or not even agarbatti, any bamboo processing units. They also provide subsidy to provide a public, not for the institution. So coming to the agarbatti sticks, again, Bambusa nutans and Bambusa tulda are most preferred species for stick production. Especially Bambusa tulda is widely used because the stick yield is very, very high in case of tulda. And even the internodal length, if you look at the internodal length here, is also quite high compared to other species. And wall thickness is also high. Because of these reasons, the production of stick yield is about 13%. So compared to, this is the highest stick yield in bamboo species. It's also been extensively used in handicrafts. A variety of handicrafts are prepared from bamboo. We can see lampshades, then flower vases, pen holders, bottle holders, even from the rhizome. From the rhizome also, you can see that some of the carvings are made out of the rhizome, how nicely it is made. So variety of products are made, and these products are of high demand, especially five-star facilities that are being used. And coming to handicraft, Aclondra travancourica, which is very commonly found in along the stream side. It's also used in a handicraft industry, and even Dendrocalamus giganteus. This is the largest bamboo among all the bamboo species. Dendrocalamus giganteus is the largest in terms of its size in bamboo species. It's also being extensively used in furniture industry. Another important thing is like bioenergy. We're all talking about bioenergy, especially like green, something which is green, eco-friendly. So especially biofuel, like diesel, we use some oils, non-essential oils, and through which we go for transesterification and produce diesel. But for the petrol, we use ethanol, and we blend ethanol with the petrol for the biofuel. And so far, we're using corns, sweet corns, the sugarcane molasses for production of ethanol. But bamboos are prone to be very high potential for production of ethanol, especially from the cellulosic material. And if you look at this table, unlike the agriculture crops like sugarcane and corn, so when there is natural calamities or adverse weather conditions that are highly affected. But in case of bamboo, since it is a perennial crop, it is not much affected because of adverse weather conditions. And if you look at the harvesting, so sugarcane and corns once in a year we can harvest, but once after 3 to 4 years of planting, 3 times in a year we can harvest the bamboo. So after we have to wait at least 3 to 4 years in the beginning. So afterwards, you can keep on harvesting the matured bamboos. That is the advantage of a bamboo air. And if you look at the nutrients and fertilizer requirement for agriculture crops like corn and sugarcane is very high, but we don't need much of nutrients and fertilizers for bamboos. And the ethanol production is almost 3 times higher than agriculture crops like corn and sugarcane. And even the yield in terms of liters per acre is almost, we can see 9 times higher than the sugarcane. This is the potentiality of bamboos in the production of ethanol also. So another important sector is production of electricity. So bamboos are used through gasification. Bamboos are cut into small pieces. It's go for gasification. After gasification, the electricity generated and it is stored. And in the process of gasification, we also get the charcoal. It's also called as biochar, which is a very good soil amendment. It was proved that the agriculture crop yield increases by 10 to 15% with the use of biochar, as it increases the soil properties and also water holding capacity also increases, and also provides sufficient nutrients to the crops. So it serves the purpose of both soil amendment, also electricity can be generated through gasification process. And for this, especially for production of energy, Bambusa bulco is being extensively used. The growth rate of this Bambusa bulco is very high. It produces a very high biomass in a very short period of time. It's also called as Bima bamboo. You might have heard about Bima bamboo. So this bamboo is extensively used for production of especially energy, bioenergy, electricity generation. So another important aspect is composites, composite wood. So we might have heard about plywood, then other composite woods. So Institute of Wood Science and Technology, you may be aware of this institute, which is present in Bangalore, Malaysia, 18th class. So which is like a national institute, which is working on especially on wood aspects. So this institute has developed a technology to produce a composite wood with the help of waste plastic and waste wood, bamboo or lantana. So we can use waste wood, we can use waste plastic in the proportion of 50 to 70%. We can blend the plastic, again the waste plastic, especially when you use this waste plastic, we can also avoid the plastic which is dumped into the nature. So we can use waste plastic, we can use the waste bamboo or lantana or wood and can produce a composite, which is again eco-friendly material, which provides a green outlook to the products. Again, it is like waterproof material. We can use it for outside purpose also, like outdoor activities also we can use it. These are some of the products which are made out of bamboo plastic composites. We can see so how beautifully it is made. So can we like minimize or replace the use of plastic in your daily life? Is it possible? You can see some of these material. So I have the real picture of these cups, which are again made out of bamboo. And you can see even the eating plates. Hope you can see these eating plates are also made out of bamboo. So this kind of material can be made out of bamboo. Now it doesn't require a very high quality bamboo. It requires only like
excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please.
Is that one time use, sir,
Yeah.
or it is multiple times, like bamboo plate is sold?
It is one time use. Actually, you can like wash it and you can use it for 3-4 times. Otherwise, also you can just throw it. It easily decomposes.
Yeah, and additionally, cost effectiveness is also, cost benefit analysis is also important. People also.
Actually, like the people. Yeah, compared to plastic material, is a little expensive, but very important thing is will be like the no pollution. Plastic pollution can be avoided, and we don't need a good quality bamboo. It's only like waste bamboo. Like once we use it for some other purpose, the waste material can be used. It can be like powdered and it can be used for production of such material. Actually, there is one industry near Bidadi. So they are producing this kind of material with the help of waste bamboo.
Okay.
Even we can see that like maybe in social media, you might have seen that the bamboo straws, especially when you're drinking juice or tender coconut water, we use plastic straws. So instead of that, we can also use bamboo straws, which are already available in the market, especially for cutting vegetables and all, we use plastic things. So again, it also like highly carcinogenic. So we can use like there are products, water bottles, cups. There are so many material which are made out of bamboo.
Thank you, sir.
So another very important, yeah, please.
Yeah, go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Thank you.
So another important thing is that we all use toothbrushes, and maybe like once in 3-4 months, or maybe after 6 months, maximum 6 months, we'll all throw the toothbrushes. Where all these toothbrushes will go? So how many years it will take for decomposition? So if you look at the data, about 4.7 billion plastic toothbrushes are thrown to the like landfills worldwide, and you can imagine the fate of our ecosystem in the coming future. And there are like toothbrushes, especially with the handles, are made out of bamboo, which are already available in the market. And if you just go to Amazon or Flipkart, you'll get these bamboo toothbrushes. Of course, the brushes is again plastic. The handles are purely made out of bamboo. So these are kind of technologies which are already available, and we can minimize the plastic at least to save our ecosystem. And another important thing which I want to show you is that you can see this. What is this?
Sir, keyboard.
Yeah, keyboard, and this is entirely made out of bamboo. It's completely made out of bamboo, and even you can see the mouse, computer mouse.
It's functional.
Yeah, this is also completely made out of bamboo. So wherever possible, we can use bamboo and minimize the plastic usage of plastic. So we are talking about bamboos. Bamboos used in construction, bamboos are used in furniture industry and so on. Why can't we use, why we are talking about bamboo? So bamboo, like if you compare to like timber or compared to steel, it is very cheap and it is renewable. It's growing very fast. It goes very fast. Maybe like after 4 years, you can harvest every year, and there's short rotation because it grows very fast. So in 3-4 years, you can easily harvest it. It's wide adaptability. It grows in almost all kinds of soils, and even with the low rainfall also it grows. There are different species which grows in different conditions, and it has got multifarious uses. As I said, about more than 10,000 uses are already been documented by INBAR. And the rehabilitation of even degraded lands also we can use bamboo, and it's very good substitute for like a traditional timber, and it requires less energy for like processing, especially if you want to process a timber. For harvesting of timber, it will take a lot of time. Again, it's conversion, processing, but bamboo, it's not like this. It is very easy to harvest. It is very easy to process. So because of all these reasons, we are talking about bamboo, and even at the government level also, even recently, like our international airport, which Terminal 2 was also inaugurated, which is again built with bamboo. So another important aspect is food. So today's the major problems with most of the people is whether hypertension, obesity, then diabetes. So when you go to the doctor, the first thing which will tell is like you should eat a food with high fiber, then you should have like good for like anti-obesity, then sugar and all. And if you look at the the nutraceutical value of bamboo shoots. The dietary fiber is very rich in dietary fiber, which is beneficial for like lipid profile. Again, it controls our bad cholesterol, and also it very good for bowel function, management of hypertension and obesity. The lignin fiber, which is present in bamboo, acts as anti-cancerous, antibacterial, antiviral activities. And potassium is another important element which is present in the bamboo shoots, which helps in maintaining the normal blood pressure and also like steady heartbeat. And the selenium is another important antioxidant which is present in the bamboos, which also helps in our keeping our health in good condition. And of course, it's very good like for diabetic patients. It has got a very low sugar content, and highly seasonal. It is highly seasonal, but whenever it is available, it is always preferred to consume this bamboo shoots. And especially when you want to consume the bamboo shoots, maybe you may be knowing that it contains a hydrogen cyanide, HCA, HCN, so which is toxic. So that's why you might have seen that once the bamboo shoots are harvested, they're soaked in the water for 2 days, and every day they change the water. So it's because of like a simple reverse osmosis process takes place where the hydrogen cyanide comes to the water and we throw it, and again we soak it in the water. In this process, at least 2 days, you have to soak it in water so that completely the hydrogen cyanide content is removed, and then we use this bamboo shoots for consumption purpose. So another bamboo species, it's called a Dendrocalamus asper. This is also called as a sweet bamboo, which is not a native to our country, but recently it was introduced about 10-15 years back. The hydrogen cyanide content in this particular species, that is Dendrocalamus asper, is very, very minimal, and directly we can consume. So whereas other species, if you want to consume, you have to soak it in water, you have to remove that hydrogen cyanide for at least 2 days, then you consume. But in case of Dendrocalamus asper, so directly once you harvest it, in the field itself, we can eat that bamboo shoot, because the hydrogen cyanide content is very, very, very negligible in this particular species, that is Dendrocalamus asper. So in a nutshell, I'm coming to the end of my presentation. So bamboos is a very good source for renewable energy resource. So like extent of fuel, and is very good source for biomass and also production of like electricity. It is prone to be a very good material for production of ethanol, and also very good substitute for sugarcane. And we can use it for production of charcoal, briquettes, and use it for our daily fuel consumption. Like in terms of fuel wood, also we can replace with the biochar like briquettes. It's a versatile building material because of its tensile strength, lightweight, and the machinability is very good. And we can easily replace the timber with the help of bamboos. Most importantly, it's environmental friendly, especially if you look at that, like 33% of more carbon can be sequestered compared to trees because of its fast growth. And it produces 35% more oxygen compared to trees. Again, it goes very fast. There are oxygen parks made out of especially bamboos, and it prevents soil erosion, especially like in riverine areas, river streams. We use bamboo especially for prevention of soil erosion, and can be an effective tool against the climate change. So with this, I'll conclude my talk. If you have any doubts, I'm ready to take some questions and try to answer some of your queries. And thank you for providing this opportunity. Thank you for listening without any interruption. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such an insightful introduction of today's topic. We know in today's world, we need to understand the importance of natural resources and how, like, if they're properly managed and conserved, ecosystems can be used to address a large range of societal challenges. And you have like briefly explained about their countless uses, which is like in construction, as a food, as fuel, and how it provides a sustainable and environmental friendly so thank
Trisha, can't hear, ma'am.
I'm sorry. Once again, I would like to thank Sathish sir for conducting such an informative session. So as I was saying, in today's world, like it is so important for us to understand like how natural resources, if they're properly managed and conserved, and how they can be used as an uh, uh, a source to address large range of societal challenges, and how they contribute to the green developmental strategies of the world. And sir obviously gave us a brief explanation about how they're used in construction, as food, as fuel. So it was a very informative session for all of us present here, and I'm very sure by the feedbacks that you're receiving in the chat section says how informative and how interesting this topic for today was. So if there is any other feedback or questions, please do unmute and ask, sir.
Okay, sir.
So there are a couple of questions in the chat box.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir. Stephen.
Yeah. Since bamboo flower blooms once in a lifetime, how do they reproduce? Satisha?
Satish, sir, are you there?
I think he is not there.
Some problem with the network. Yes, sir.
Parmesh sir, can you call Satish?
Sure. You message me. Just he'll join.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it was disconnected because of some network issue.
No issues, sir. No issues. So there are some couple of questions. So I'll just read out from the chat.
Yeah.
So since bamboo flower
Yes,
blooms once in a lifetime, how do they reproduce?
So once bamboo produce seeds, so that clump or culm will die, but the seeds regenerate. Actually, like in Coorg about 5 years back, that the bambusa bamboo, Dendrocalamus stricta, both of them are flowered, and the whole area, including the bamboo in Nagarwala National Park, has completely died because it produces enormous quantity of seeds. So the regeneration capacity of these seeds are very high. And today, if you come and see that the area which is flowered about 5 years back, so there is a huge regeneration of bamboo species. But because of grazing by elephants, the growth was very less. Otherwise, the regeneration capacity is very, very high. So it has to regenerate on its own, and it has to come up. Yeah. And this process is happening naturally.
Thank you, sir. The next question is about the manufacturing cost. Is bamboo products manufacturing cost is cheaper than plastic?
With respect to talking about like eating plates and all, so the bamboo the production cost is comparatively higher to plastic, but only thing is eco-friendly. So you have to sacrifice something. So, but if you look at the cost, relatively high.
Thank you. The next one is, can bamboo replace at least 75% of plastic materials?
Actually, there are a lot of technologies which are coming to the mainstream. So definitely in the coming future, we can replace at least minimum 50% of plastic with the help of bamboo or any other
Okay. The next question
eco-friendly
is,
material.
it's about the bamboo shoots which are sold in the
Sir, I can't hear you, Stephen, sir. I'll read behalf of you. Sathish, sir.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Yeah, the bamboo shoots sold in the Bangalore stores. Is it
Yes.
detoxified shoots or consumers have to do HCN draining after buying?
Like it depends actually. Like some people once harvest immediately they has to be processed. So they detoxify it and they sell it, they seal it and sell it. But sometimes like in roadside and all in Kodagu, if you come to like especially in rainy season, so a lot of people which they sell along the roadside. So again you have to take it and detoxify it. But it has to be done immediately after harvesting. So that process happens very effectively. So we have to actually verify it whether it is detoxified. Most of the cases it is detoxified.
And there's another question from Deepa GK. Bamboos are grown as a commercial crops. She's asking because whatever we are making bamboo products, are there some naturally grown bamboo plants, or else can we do commercially?
Yeah. So actually, like bamboo, as I said, it is a grass until 2017. So when like overgrows bamboo, like they need to they were supposed to take permission from the forest department for harvesting of bamboo. In 2017, Government of India has given a liberation, it has brought under tree to grass category. It is classified as a grass, and except bamboos like bambusa bamboo and Dendrocolum strictus, which are widely grown in the forest areas. Except these two species, any bamboo species which is available in your farmlands or commercial areas, it can be harvested without the permission of the forest department. So another important thing, after the establishment of this National Bamboo Mission, so which is giving a subsidy to the farmers. So a farmer, if suppose a farmer grows this bamboo in his farm, the Karnataka Forest Department, actually the National Bamboo Mission is implemented through Karnataka Forest Department, which provides a subsidy to farmers and also which gives 30 rupees per seedling for a period of 50 rupees per seedling for a period of 3 years. So Forest Department gives 50 rupees per seedling for a period of 3 years for maintenance of this bamboo. So in that way, there are a lot of people who are commercially cultivating this bamboo, and there are a lot of people, especially if you go to Maharashtra, the huge areas under bamboo cultivation. In Karnataka also, from our college itself, we have given about close to about 1 lakh seedlings to the farmers, and they are commercially cultivating this bamboo. And already people have started buying from the farmers. And near Dodbalapur, there is one industry, it's called as Bhumi Crop Ventures. So you might have seen that poly houses for various purposes. So for construction of poly houses, they use iron pipes and plastic sheets. So this Bhumi Crop Ventures is using bamboo instead of steel, and they're constructing poly houses, and also they're growing a lot of vegetables. So a lot of bamboo is available for commercial harvesting. It is there.
Farmers whoever they want to grow bamboo, they can just reach nearest forest department. They will provide information and subsidy related things, right?
Yes. Yeah. Actually, there are 5 different species which has been shortlisted by National Bamboo Mission, depending on the use. One of them is Dendrocolum brandisii, Burma bamboo, then Tulda, then Stocksai. There are 5 different stocks. The 5 different species. All the seedlings of these materials are generally available with the forest department, and they give it free of cost, and also they provide the subsidy, and a lot of people are growing it.
Okay. So there's another question from my side. So since bamboo is also one of the favorite food crops for elephants in the natural habitat.
Yes.
So by removing those, are we taking one of the food item from the elephants? Number one. The contrary to that, another question by our HOD. So sir has seen, since the bamboo is there in the plantation, so is that led to entry of the elephant to the plantation, causing much destruction, human elephant conflict?
So coming to your first question, so as I said in the beginning itself, so for Dendrocolum strictus and bambusa bamboo, which are widely present in the forest areas. So for these 2 species, the forest department is not giving permission for harvesting. So keeping in interest of like wildlife, especially elephants, so we're not supposed to harvest these species from the wild, so that there will be sufficient bamboo in the wild for not only elephants, for any various other animals. So of course, the second question, yes, like by having establishing different bamboo plantations. So it is like even in the beginning, people were objecting why Forestry College is giving bamboo seedlings and why is they are encouraging farmers, so they will attract elephants. So people thought like that. Even we thought maybe like the elephant menace might increase, but only in the beginning they might come and they'll go. But without bamboo also, the elephants are coming to the farmlands because of non-availability of especially water and food. But I don't think it will make much difference by establishing bamboo plantations. We attract elephants. So I think that may not be like true in my experience in this area.
So another question. So when areca leaves are available cheaply compared to bamboo, so why should
Yes.
we go to bamboo? Somebody's question in the chat box.
Yes. So areca, like especially eating plates, cups. Yes, areca leaves are like areca sheets are also used. Like in addition to that, like if bamboo can be used in various purposes. As you've seen, like straws, you saw like the wood, like solid wood. It can be used for like furniture industry. It can be used different purposes. It can be used. And areca leaves, you may not get sufficient quantity. Like if you go like produce enough quantity. So only like if you go to like South Canara and Uttar Kannada region, you get to see that areca nut eating plates and all. If you start to like use this areca nut eating plates, the production capacity and even the availability of raw material may not be sufficient. So in that way, like there could be some alternatives for that when there is a like shortage. So this one trial which was made by one of the industry fellow in Bidadi, and it was found to be very successful.
Okay. Stephen sir, are there any questions?
I think that is the end of the questions.
Okay, okay. I request Father Lancy is there from Ahmedabad. Father Lancy is there in the meeting.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, Father is there.
Yeah. Good morning, Father. So.
Yeah. Good morning. No, just a couple of words. I was very fascinated a couple of years ago. You know, a sociologist was talking about bamboo, and he gave a lecture, and he explained the connection between this fact that the bamboo entire growth dies. So 14 years, 21 years, as sir was explaining, and the forest, therefore the population of rats increases, and therefore this link between bamboo flowering, dying, and plague. So historically, over the centuries, and there are novels that have been written about it, and also very, very fascinating. And that actually got me interested in bamboo. So the link that is there between bamboo and human beings and nature, and how today really we are looking at bamboo as a potential to help us in a number of ways, as sir explained very well. And I think the National Bamboo Mission doing an excellent job. So thank you very much, sir, for a very enlightening lecture, delivered in a very simple, lucid manner. I think it was very, very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Father. Trisha, so are you?
Yes, sir.
Anybody is there for a feedback? Somebody. Anybody would like to share your views and thoughts, your feedback? Mohammed Asif unmuted. Sir, would you like to tell something? Yeah, if nobody is there, before we moving to the vote of thanks, please switch on your videos. I would like to take a screenshot, couple of screenshots. Wherever it is possible, please switch on your videos.
Dr. Sathish?
Yes, sir.
Jacob here. Is your college open to students for visits when we bring students to Kodagu?
Definitely, sir. Definitely, yes.
So you take us to the labs, is it? Or you
Definitely, yes. We have like one bamboo resource center. We have a bamboo treatment facility. So that is another important thing, like bamboo. So if you don't treat it after harvesting, so the life of the bamboo will be maximum 5 years, especially when you go for construction purpose and all. So it has to be treated.
Please
So
on your
we have a
video.
facility in our campus, and also agarbatti production capacity, like production center. So definitely we can you can visit, and also other units. We have biofuel production unit. So various labs we definitely will take you, and we'll show you this all these things.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Somebody has asked if the college is open for corporate employees also.
Corporate employees for a visit.
Yes, I guess.
If it is a visit, definitely you are welcome. Only thing is you need to communicate in advance, so that will facilitate your visits, no problem.
Yeah, screenshot were taken of all the participants. So now, Divya, so can you go?
Yes, sir. A heartfelt good morning to all. On the behalf of St. Joseph's University, the School of Life Sciences and Department of Botany, and Botanical Society, in association with UAE, Universal Apostolic Preferences, I express my gratitude to our speaker, Dr. Sathish BN, for investing his precious time in educating us on sustainability and conservation of bamboo, which is rarely spoken about in spite of its extensive use. Thank you so much, sir, for such an informative talk. I would like to thank the Chancellor of St. Joseph's University, Reverend Father Dionysius Vass, and Pro-Chancellor Father Sveber de Silva, the Vice Chancellor Father Dr. Victor Lobo, the Registrar Dr. Melvin Kodagu, the COE Dr. C. Mohana Das, the Dean of Life Sciences Dr. Beatrice Sequeira, the HOD of Botany Department Dr. Jacob Paul, and the PG coordinator, Dr. Vaishnavi, and the teaching and the non-teaching staff of Department of Botany. My special thanks to Dr. Lancelot Hughes, the former principal and head of the Department of Botany, St. Xavier's College, Ahmedabad. Thank you so much for joining us, sir, and talking about your perspective on the interconnection of wildlife and bamboo. And I would further extend my hearty thanks to Dr. Stephen and Dr. Parmesh for being the backbone and the guiding force in excelling this session. And of course, my fellow mates and participants for their enthusiasm and presence and making the session more interactive. And last but not the least, the coordinators and the members of Botanical Society for bringing the seminar a success. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much for providing this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you being with us. Maybe we're looking forward to meet you in Kodagu so soon.
Sure, you're welcome. Welcome to college and Kodagu.
Yeah, fine. Thank you, sir. Trisha, are there any last announcements?
Yes, sir. This is to all the participants. So kindly fill the feedback form that is shared in the chat section. The e-certificates will be shared after filling the feedback form in 3 to 4 days to your mail IDs. So kindly fill the feedback form. Thank you.
Yeah, and additionally, the talk was recorded. So if anybody wants to talk, okay, so we will share the link on Google Drive or any other mode. So thank you.
Thank you all.
Yeah, you may leave the meeting now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Satish Ji, Bengaluru Bandre.
Thank you, sir.
The Botany Department. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. So thank you, Botanical Society office bearers. Thank you so much. Deepa, idira? Deepa GK.
Sir,
Yeah.
you
Stephen,
can
sir?
stop recording, sir.
Yeah, we stop recording. So you are the host. You have to stop.
Is it?
I think so.